I believe as of right now, these circles have been used primarily or maybe exclusively with women leaders. And I'm just curious, why is that? And do you feel like this name of Wisdom Circle resonates more in some way with women?
I do think so. You know, I've actually launched these circles mostly in male-dominated organizations where the instigation for coaching groups, group coaching, coaching circles, and now wisdom circles have come to be sort of from the organizations as, we need something for these women who are peers hierarchically. They don't report to each other, but we want to support them in our organizations somehow. And what these spaces have become is almost like a respite, almost like a sacred space where they don't have to compete with anyone. They don't have to show up in trying to walk on eggshells to show up, and be worried about how they show up. And in some instances, why I found this a respite is because quite a few times women feel like they are suffering from that so-called imposter syndrome. And for me, when I hear that, when I do my initial interviews with the participants, it's a flag. It's a red flag that there's something going on in the organization for women to feel this way. Because time and again, I see that the truth is that there's nothing symptomatic about these women. It's a syndrome of the organization. And when we actually explore that and they can express this frustration, where this comes from, which is the challenges within the organization, there are systemic issues that are in the organization that undermine their power, the women can regain their voice and their confidence in themselves and remember who they really are as as capable professionals, and why they were hired in the first place.
I love this idea of the respite, and it definitely resonates with me. I spent about the first 15 years of my career in very male-dominated high-tech organizations. And, I think today many of us are more familiar with these concepts of covering or masking, but back then we didn't have a word for it. But if you're a woman in a male-dominated organization, sometimes you're having to stretch yourself in different ways, or you're having to do things that are outside of your own comfort zone, or the way that you might naturally lead or show up, because you're viewed and evaluated differently. So this idea that, can I get a break and can I be in a safe space with other people who are having a similar experience, and then with a coach who has the expertise to guide us through and just help us navigate what is it that we're experiencing, why are we feeling that sense of fatigue or lack of confidence, and how can we kind of build our strength back up. That sounds fabulous. I wish I had had it earlier in my career, but it's great that it's something you're able to provide today.